Hey guys, hopefully everyone is doing well. Today's target is to solve question number 5.30. The chapter which we are related with is cost, profit, volume analysis, and we are almost getting end of this chapter. Few of the questions are left, but still the concept is very focused, and under the situation of this book, we are not scattered, we are not dispersed. A narrow concept was understood with the help of these 30 questions. We have seen break-even point, we have seen contribution margin, degree of operating leverage. So these concepts were interrelated, and almost every question was a practicing question to understand these concepts. Now we have 5.30 where we have you can see the volume of the question, though it's not a lengthy question, but still very interesting participation can be created. Mulberry is a Stein shop from all parts of the world. The owner of the shop, client Marbury, is thinking to expanding his operation by hiring college students, okay, on a commission basis to sell stains to. Now, the owner wants to be in a situation where he will sell his product in a local college, but not through professional salesmen. He will hire students and they will carry the campaign and will sell products, and obviously some commission would be given to those students. The stain will bear the school emblem, okay. These stains must be ordered from manufacturer, okay. It's a product which would be bought from somewhere else. And next thing is the stain must be ordered from manufacturer and the payment would be made in advance. Payment would be made in advance. It means it's not its own product, STEINS. So it's not it's his own product, rather he will be buying it from the manufacturer. And okay, actually I was searching for the product as well. Since it's not a Pakistani product, right now just understand there is a product for which students are hired and they will be selling this product to other students and gets commission. The cost of this product is 15 each, and minimum order which would be given is 200 units, and additional stain would have to be ordered in increment of 50. That means if more than 200 units are required, then 50 multiples would be added. That means second order can be 250 minimum order, and next order would be 300, 350, 400. So he is not able to give order of 220 or 230. At least 50 additional units can be added. Primary order is for 200 and next orders would be 250, 300, 350, 400. So at least 50 additional units can be added, because Marbury's plan would not require any additional facility. That means no place is needed, no machinery is needed, no storage is needed. So there is no fixed cost directly involved right now. The only cost associated with the project would be the cost of product, the cost of sales commission. Okay, he will buy this product, this is cost, and he will sell this product and will have to give the commission. So these are only two costs. The selling price of stain would be 30. He is suggesting Marbury would pay the student commission of 6 each of them. First of all, we would write everything black and white over here. Very first thing is units, which is not yet described. We do have sale price. It has been decided as 30. Commission is decided. Everything is per unit. Commission is decided as 6 per unit. You can see over here 6. And secondly, we have a purchase cost, which is $15, and anything else which is given over here 1556. So 1550 is what? Okay, these are number of unit 200. Still order is not given, so we are not associated with 15, 6 and 30 should be noted down. So we have noted it down 15, 60, 30. Okay, first requirement, let's do it. To make the project worthwhile in terms of his own time, Marbury would require 7,200 as your profit. For the first 6 months of the venture, what level of sales in units and dollars would be required to attain this target? Net operating income. Show all computation. Okay, there will be two ways of calculation. We can directly apply the formula of target profit in units, and both is required. Both are required. What level of sale in units and dollars? So target profit unit and target profit dollars, that formula is needed. And secondly, we can have to make the project, okay, we can have the statement as well. First, A is needed to be calculated, and here what we will do, target profit in terms of unit. How do we calculate? It need target profit plus fixed cost, and it would be divided by CM per unit. All right. Up till now, he has not bought anything. So without buying anything, we can consider both of this variable cost. As more number of units would be purchased, this cost would be increased. Purchase cost per unit. So if 200 units would be purchased, then 200 multiplied by 15. If 300 units would be purchased, 300 multiplied by 15, it means it is varying. So it would also be a variable cost, and commission is understood as a variable cost. How more numbers would be sold, more commission would be paid. It's also a variable cost. So 15 plus 6, both can be said as your fixed cost. And then we have CM per unit. How much CM per unit is, we can calculate. For that we have a formula. CM per unit would be calculated by subtracting variable cost per unit from the sale per unit. Okay, sale price is mentioned over here is 30, and you will subtract variable cost. There are two types of variable cost, 15 and 6. Statement is completed. Now we can put it on calculator. 30 minus 15 and 6, both are variable costs. So in this way we have contribution margin per unit. And what would be the fixed cost? Since fixed cost is not present over here, as there is no go down, there is no machinery, there is no equipment, there is no storage. So a person is buying from wholesaler or manufacturer and directly supplying to the students, and they will sell those products. So in this way, there is no fixed cost apparently, but target profit has been mentioned, and that is what Marbury would require 7,200 profit. So we are given target profit as 7,200, and we need to add fixed cost, which is 0, and finally we will divide it with CM per unit, and that is 9. So put 9 over here, and we need to put bracket over here as well. Okay, statement is completed. Now we can calculate it. 7,200 plus 0, and we need to divide it by 9. Okay, understood? So we have got 800 number of units, and what we have calculated, break even. target profit units are calculated as 800. So here you can see the answer as well. For first part 800 target profit unit. But again, target profit sale is also needed. Net operating. What level of sales in units and dollars? So we'll again apply the formula of we are going to settle it to be target profit in terms of sales is also needed. For that, what we will do, target profit, we will add fixed cost, and this would be divided by CM ratio, with which what you will do, you will calculate your target profit in terms of sales. Now here target profit is present, fixed cost we do know, CM ratio is needed, and we will calculate CM ratio over here, which is calculated by dividing CM to sales. So here CM ratio, CM would be divided by sales. CM per unit is calculated in first part, and that is 9, and we need to divide it by sale. Sale price is 30, which is fixed. Statement completed, calculated. 9 divided by, what is this behavior? Actually, Excel consider it date. So it was not the date. Let's delete everything. And here you will see how to convert. We will put a small decimal with it. So 9 is your contribution margin and 30 is sales. Now it hasn't considered. So it's time to calculate 9 divided by 30. So we have our contribution margin ratio, which is 0.3. Come over here. Target profit 7200 as it is, which was mentioned in first part. We need to add fixed cost, which is 0, not present in this question. Now we will divide it with CM ratio, just calculated 0.3. So in this way our statement has been completed, and we can now put it on calculator. Bracket open 7200 plus 0, and now we will divide it with 0.3. So in this way we have calculated our target profit sales, target profit in terms of sales. You can see 824,000 for first, 824,000 for first part. Both answers are matched. It means we can mark first part as it has been done. Now we will see second part. Okay, for that let's read it out. Assume the venue is undertaken and order is placed 200. What would be the Marbury's break-even point in unit and sales? Show computations and explain reasoning behind your answer. Okay, now here there is a trouble. As you know that break-even point is directly associated with fixed cost. Let it be right. Let it be written. Break-even point in terms of units. How do you calculate it? Fixed cost would be divided by CM per unit. And when there is no fixed cost, how would you calculate your break-even point if fixed cost is assumed as 0? 0 would be divided by any amount, will get 0. So we'll not be able to get our break-even point. But there is a concept behind it. There is an understanding behind it. When you have ordered 200 units, it means you have to pay a fixed amount. No matter you will be able to sell 150, 125, 100 or 150, it has no connection with your sales. You will have to pay a fixed amount to your uh, to the person from whom you are buying. That means 15 each. This is cost. Please focus over here. 15 is the cost, and since we are not manufacturers, we are traders, we will buy it. And it is understood that to buy 200 units you will have to pay 15 per unit as it is fixed. No matter if you are selling more number of units or less number of units, but you will have to pay this amount. So what we will do, this 15 would be considered as your fixed cost, and this commission would be considered as your variable cost. Okay, so to calculate break even point, we are now making an understanding. There is a fixed cost, and what is that? We have decided 15 per unit is fixed cost, and then we have variable cost, which is commission, and we have decided as 6 per unit. Okay, with the help of this, we can calculate our break even point. Beside this, we do know the sale price as well, and that is 30, which is mentioned in our question. Okay, see over here, Stains price, selling price 30. So these are our new figures which we have said. 15 per unit is a different concept, as the order has been put out. Order is fixed, so you will have to pay 15 for every unit, and this would be considered as your fixed cost. Now we can calculate our break even point in terms of unit. For that we need per unit contribution margin. So CM, contribution margin per unit, how do we calculate? Sales per unit minus variable cost per unit. Sale per unit is over here, and this is also 30 per unit, and we will put per unit sales as 30, and please follow the formula, which is per unit VC. VC is 6, so put 6 over here. Statement completed. 30 minus 6, so we have our contribution margin per unit, which is 24. Come over here. Total fixed cost is needed, which is also required to be calculated. Fixed cost, how do we calculate? Units multiply by per unit. As it has been said, we have bought 200 unit. For that we will pay 15 per unit as our fixed cost. So what would be total fixed cost? 200 multiply by 15. So 3000 would be your fixed cost. Now let's put it down. 3000 divided by per unit contribution margin is calculated over here, 24. Let's statement is completed. We can put it on calculator. 3000 divided by 24. So we have got number of units, break even number of unit as 1 to 5. The only twist of this question is really interesting. What we have done is, although there is no proper machinery, proper equipment, there is no proper storage, no building is required, no fixed rent is present in the question. If you are a manufacturer, you will have a certain sort of fixed cost. That means if you have building, if you have machinery, you will have to pay. You will have to pay the rent of factory building. What does that mean? There would be an absolute fixed cost if you are manufacturer. But if you are trader and you don't have store, you don't have any manufacturing concern, and you are not on rental building, and you are not storing anything, so there is no fixed cost apparently. If you are trader, what you will invest in your buying would be considered your fixed cost. So this fixed cost, although it is 15 unit, but we have we have ordered 200 number of units with which this cost has been fixed. No matter if you can sell or if you can't sell, that amount will have to be paid out to the wholesaler. So this was the twist of the question. Although it was per unit, but we have made it fixed cost. With this fixed cost 3000, remaining everything is according to this out of 21. In first part, as you can see, the variable cost was over here. 6 and 15 both were considered variable costs. At that time order was not fixed, but as we have ordered 200 unit which was a fixed order, so 15 per unit of purchasing price would be considered as your fixed cost. CM per unit calculated, and we have applied break even point in terms of unit. 125 are the number of units, and here is answer 125. And now we are going to solve break even point in terms of sales as well. Consider it to be, so we will calculate break even point, but in terms of dollar or amount. How do we calculate? Fixed cost would be divided by CM ratio. Fixed cost would be divided by CM ratio. So here we will calculate our CM ratio, which is uh, which which will come by dividing CM over sales. So CM ratio is equal to CM. When divided by sales, we will get CM ratio. Here CM was also CM per unit is calculated as 24. We have already calculated it. Sale price was 30. Here you can see we have mentioned it as 30. Statement completed, put it on calculator. 24 divided by 30. So we have got our CM ratio. Now come over here. Fixed cost was calculated in 2A part, and that was 3000. And now we need to divide it by CM ratio, which is 0.8. Okay, statement is completed. We can put it on calculator. 3000 divided by 0.8. So we have got break even point in terms of amount as well, 3750. So here you can see 3750 is written. All four answers are solved. First answer was having 24,800. You can see 24,800. Okay, and second part was having 1253750, 125 and 3750. So it means all four answers are matched. Question number 5.30 is completed, and you can see it was not a lengthy question but very interesting to clear our concept for manufacturer and trader. For manufacturer, there might be some fixed cost, but for trader, the amount which is invested to purchase anything would be considered as fixed cost. Please mind it. Please make a comprehensive understanding what I have said. For manufacturer, normally fixed cost example is rent of factory building, and there were several things we have discussed as an example of uh, fixed cost. And for trader, purchase investment can be considered as your fixed cost. You can see in previous questions, let me see here, fixed cost was discussed. Let see any other question if we can find. Okay, we have found out. Please understand, building rental, equipment depreciation, selling and admin, these are fixed expenses. If you have administrative staff and you have to pay salaries, fixed. If there is selling staff and they are permanent and getting salaries, it's fixed. So there are several elements regarding fixed expenses. But in our question, no building is present, no equipment is present, only no administrative staff was present, no permanent staff was present, so there was not any fixed cost. At this stage, what we have decided, the amount which is invested in purchase would be considered as our fixed cost. So here is our question. Please make your mind. We have seen several examples of fixed cost when you have sales staff and they are receiving fixed salary, when there is depreciation of equipment, rental of factory building, these were fixed costs. In our question today, we haven't seen any of such expense, and you can see that there was no fixed cost over here. So indirectly we have understood the cost which is invested in purchase would be considered as fixed cost. So time for 5:30 has been ended. We have solved and verified all four answers as well. So thank you very much for your time. If you have any query, any question or any understanding you want to make regarding this problem 5.30, you are very open to text, message, or you can directly ask as well. Hopefully we will be meeting again for the solution of any other question in future, inshallah. Up till then, please take care of yourself. I'm requesting you to please pray for me as well. It's time to say goodbye. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.